Mum from Cheltenham has been given hope today that she might finally find out why her 14-year-old son Jools took his own life 4 years ago. Ellen Room believes he may have been involved in an online challenge which went wrong and has been fighting to get access to his phone and other online messages ever since. Today we found out the information has not been deleted and is available. Ellen has been speaking to our Home Affairs correspondent, Fiona Lambden.
He'd been spending his last day with all his friends, playing on a boat. You know, he was just being a teenage boy.
Anyway, see Mum saying goodbye.
This is the last footage of him saying goodbye to his best friend. An hour and a half later, his mum found him unconscious in his bedroom. The coroner said it was unlikely he intended to end his life. Ellen believes Jools died after an online challenge went wrong, but despite asking for 2 years, social media companies have denied her access to the data which shows what he was looking at on his phone.
I don't know, because I can't see his messages. So the longer this has gone on and the more parents I've met, I've started to think, well, what was he doing? And what I don't understand is if the social media companies have nothing to hide, why would they not say, here's the data, I hope you get some answers?
When Jools died, police took a digital copy of the data on his phone. But up until now, Ellen didn't know if it still existed.
So we've just had this from the police. I can confirm the original data we obtained has been retained and will be part of the review.
Text messages, Snapchat messages, messages on Instagram, it will retain that. Who was he talking to that night? What happened in that last hour and a half?
So this means
we might get some answers. Might do. I feel a bit hopeful, but worried. You know, I'm almost 4 years down the line, but that could hold a lot of evidence.
To sum up what that means.
I don't have any words. I've tried for so long just to understand why my special boy isn't here. And I'm desperate to try and understand that.
There's now a new team at Gloucestershire Police looking into Jools' data. They expect to have some answers in 4 weeks' time. Later this week, Ellen is bringing a landmark legal case against TikTok in the United States.
I wish I didn't have to, but, you know, it can't be as bad as losing Jools himself, so that's my motto with everything. Well, it's never going to be that bad, so give it a go, because what's the worst that can happen?
She's suing TikTok over the death of her son. It had previously said the company had removed 99% of videos showing dangerous content. Ellen's now campaigning for Jools' law, which would force social media companies to keep children's data if they die and give parents access to it.
I've often said I don't know what happens when I get to the end of this. It doesn't bring Jools back. It doesn't change it. I've always said if I can help one other child and make a difference to one other child's life, then that was my purpose.
Who wants a hug?
Fiona Lambden, BBC Points West.
She's understandably heartbroken, and joining me now is private investigator Mick Randall, who Ellen Room employed to carry out a data trawl on Jools' phone and other devices. Good evening to you, Mr. Randall. What types of things were you able to look at?
We've been looking at the forensic images of 3 of Jools' devices. We've looked right across his social media, and we've been looking very carefully at the days and weeks before his tragic death, and we have put our findings in a number of reports to Gloucester Police, and that will form part of their focused review now.
So you've established that these records are still in existence, which is a good step forward. Can you give us any idea about what that information might be? The police at the time would have taken the images, and they've only confirmed today that they've got the forensic images of Jools' devices when they had them originally in 2022. What we've looked at is data, later forensic images,
However, they have been very useful. I'm not able to say what we found at the moment. It's too sensitive a time, but we have looked at various areas of his usage of Instagram, Snapchat and other social media, and we've put those investigative findings to Gloucester.
Yeah, well, I completely understand, of course, that the family should know before anyone else, but are you surprised that it has taken 4 years to get to this stage?
Disappointingly, Gloucester Police didn't do what they should have done at the time, and that is forensically look at the images they had. I think there was some problems with their computer systems, they say, so really it boiled down to just flicking through a phone and looking at pictures. That obviously is just not good enough. What we've done is what you would have expected to happen, and we forensically looked at the metadata and the information behind all of the files in his devices, and they tell a story.
Do you think parents get enough protection? Do they have enough rights to be able to access information that's online and after a tragedy like this?
No, I see it all the time. The information that parents can get after a tragedy like this is very minimal. And Jools law is absolutely needed. We're looking at one side of some information on Jools's devices, but without the assistance of the social media companies telling us what he was looking at the time, it's only one side of the story.
Right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the programme and talking to us tonight. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.